Let's go. La 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 la.
This is No Face, No Trace Podcast. No Face, No Trace Podcast is for the intense listeners of challenges of small business and GovCon, current events, and pop culture. My name is Fatima Disu, and I'm with Madison Avenue Support Services. I've been with Madison Avenue Support Services for about a year and a half now, and I'm new to the GovCon space. Gary?
Awesome. My name is Gary A. Royster. I'm a serial entrepreneur, published author, and a student of the game. Gloria?
My name is Gloria Abernokin. I'm the president and founder of Madison Avenue Support Services. Whoever is out there, because we can't see it on LinkedIn, thank you very much for coming in. Hope you can stay for the whole show. If not, thank you for the rewatch. This is our soft launch. So don't expect perfection. It's the first time we doing this, and we just kind of going to be like regular small business owners to go by seeing our past and figure this stuff out as we go. A couple of housekeeping notes. This is every other Wednesday, starting this Wednesday between 11:30 to 12:30, but it's going to be about 45 minutes. If you do not like profane language, feel free to get up on that because I curse, and it is what it is. I do ask that you guys do keep note of how many times I curse because I'm not going to change myself. As I keep saying on LinkedIn, it's the same ministry. It's truly the same ministry. I ain't going to assist myself. It is going to fucking be. So, because of that, we're going to follow the model of the Black Eagle, which is Joe Madison. Please look him up. Every time, and he was the WOL in the DC area, WOL. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He was with WOL, and every time he or guest cursed, they put $1 or something in the curse jar. So I would have put $1 every time I curse. So that's one. I ain't gonna count it. I'm not. So someone needs to send me a DM, an email, or whoever got my number, call, or text, or something. Hey, boy, this national you curse X amount of times, and then once a quarter we will donate that money to whatever charity you guys recommended us. Right. So please hold us accountable. We cannot see any questions. We cannot see how many people are here. So we could be just talking to ourselves at the end of the day. And that's fine. Any other housekeeping things you guys can think of?
No, that's it. This is a raw podcast, and we're going to talk our stuff. So, all right. Thank you, Gloria, for the housekeeping. So this is the segment of our show that's called Hot and Cold News. So the first item or issue from Hot News is AI versus job reality check. Companies are openly replacing roles of AI while others are scrambling to regulate it. The real question, are we watching progress or a quiet workforce reset? How do you guys feel about AI and replacing jobs in the workforce?
Well, I definitely think that AI has a place. From my perspective is I think when it comes to safety, things like jobs, like construction, for example, I think AI has a place for that area. Just being able to have things that humans used to do, like mining and coal and these types of work that required a lot of hands-on manual safety. I think AI has a place for it. I think we can replace people from that standpoint if it's done safely. Construction work, being able to do dangerous jobs. Let's put AI in there. Let's put a robot in there instead of a human being because I think from a safety standpoint, that makes sense. I think also that with AI, we kind of have to be careful that, everything can't be just outsourced to AI just because it's convenient or it's cheaper. So we kind of have to find a balance between the two. I think AI has a strong area in safety, especially with things that are not really humans can't do or shouldn't be doing from a safety perspective, let AI do it. But I think we just have to find a balance between the two. That's my perspective on it. I think AI,
What do you think?
I think AI is going to kill us or enslave us. That's what I think. I think that I'm a 70s baby raised in the 80s. I grew up with, I can't name one book, one movie, one play, one nothing where humanity and AI lives in utopia peacefully. I think that shit gonna kill us. Or we're gonna be a battery or be dead. That's what I think. Yeah. I think I'll be dead when I got this stuff. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? I think if people think that AI is not gonna lose our jobs, I think it's you at the delusion. It doesn't matter if it's artistic work or labor work. It's one of it. It's your job is being replaced. When the hell did OpenAI come out? I think that came out in 2022. And on LinkedIn, all of the proposal about it was like, "Oh, this is a great thing. It's a great thing." And someone created the AI proposal, put it out there, and I was like, I don't know why I got to celebrate this. This is going to take your job. It truly is going to take your job. Writers, if you for even now, it's harder now to see what is AI written. But because I am a reader, I can normally tell all of my posts is written by me, except for my articles. That is assisted. And I'm like, okay, this right here is a problem. It's a problem. There is a, if you're a nurse, if you're in the health field, do not think that your job are safe. You're not. There is a hospital in China that's 100% AI. No nurses, no human nurses, no human doctors. And their proficiency rate is like over 90%. And this AI thing is not just now. I remember hearing about a doctor being in America doing surgery on someone that wherever, not in the United States, and it's like the robot was doing it, but the doctor was here actually manually thinking like using his hand, and the robot was doing what it was supposed to do. I think that the only jobs that's actually safe is when you actually use your hands, and that's home trades, the plumbers, the bricklayers, the people. Like even you can build your house using AI. Like have you heard about that? Like people, you can build their houses using 3D graphic shit. And
Yeah.
I think that it report like the sculptors in China, the sculptors, people like who did 16 chapter? Was that recognizable? Whoever did that? The 16 chapters?
Michelangelo.
Okay, so whoever did the statue of David, people over in Italy, they up in arms because there's an AI robot that's making shit like that and using like their marble and stuff. And they're like, yo, that's a craft that takes tens of years. And this fucking thing is doing it in like 10 seconds. And it looked like a human made it. So yeah, I think ultimately AI is going to kill us or enslave us, but in the meantime, it's taking our jobs. And there's nothing we can do. That's the duality of humanity, right? We create, but then we ultimately destroy ourselves with our creations. That's all. That's what I think.
Yeah. I think AI is growing at a really, really rapid pace. I believe a lot of jobs are in jeopardy. And I kind of put that on people for being lazy. But whether this is an undertone, psychological or industrial, some kind of warfare or whatever, it's here. And I think people just need to to learn it, right? To learn it. I'm watching the China stuff. They're building robots. It looks like they building robots for war. It's almost like it's going to be like, like the movies where we're fighting robots. But I believe the thing is, we won't see it, right? Like, I believe it's at it's very, really rapid. It's at a rapid pace, but I don't believe, when we see that, I think we're still far out, like 20, 30 years. Maybe we might be old, but
Yeah.
it's here.
So who was it?
Um,
Hold on, yo. Aubrey, if you see this, shout out to you. Aubrey asked a question. She was like something about AI, and I was like, yeah. I asked her when I said, look, again, I'm a 70s baby raised in the 80s. We grew up on cartoons, so I was expecting in 2000 something to have for it to be like the Jetsons, but they said that shit was 2006 or something. So she asked a question. I asked AI, ChatGPT, Skynet, yo, when am I going to get those of the robot? That fucking thing said, sooner than you think, like within 10 years. The rich people going to have it first, right? And it's going to trickle down. And it's like, yeah, you should probably get rich within 10 years. Like the framework is already there, the brain. It's just the nuances of her and me saying, Rosie, go make me. But I want AI, I want to tell AI, bring me some Chinese mushrooms, and me some spaghetti, and bring someone. That's what I want to do. And it go do it. How about 10 years from that shit? So I don't think it's gonna be 20 years. I think it's going. If you look at a consumer electronics show, whatever, or if you go up in China and look at what they're doing, we already have. There's already robots. But look, I've been telling my sister this since. In case y'all don't know, Fatima is my sister. I've been saying this since the 90s. There are robots of us walking around. Like there's clones of us. I like, and that could be my paranoia. I know. But it's like, because when Dolly the sheep got cloned, I'm like, yo, we already did that for humans. So I expect that they're going to clone people and they're going to, this person's going to be like, I want to live forever. Let me download my conscience to something and then put it in the robot. It's
Oh,
already,
they're working on that now.
they working.
But see how scary that is, though? See how deceiving that is?
Right.
And they,
We're excited the money.
it's like we're okay with it.
Me.
I mean, they already working on, and this is the last thing I say, 'cause I know I'll talk, but like, they're already cloning wounds. Like, they're cloning wounds so that they can remove the, this is my opinion, and I ain't saying that this is what they're cloning, they're trying to clone wounds, but they're making it, the images so that we can help women have children. That is not why y'all do it. You're not doing it. And that's the problem.
Right. All I'm gonna say, we're gonna move on, is that all this AI, whatever's man-made, it's man-made, so it's gonna glitch. So like you said, all these nuances, all these different things, all these kinks has to be worked out before, it's introduced globally and in everyone's home. We're talking robots and all this other stuff, but you see it now. It's in the supermarkets. It's taking jobs. It's in the it's in the Target. It's everywhere. So I don't know. I took a little bit of automation. I just believe people just need to learn about it because they're always going to need people to fix it. So all right, that's some of the hot news. Let's move to another subject of hot news. The cost of living pressure isn't it cooling off? Rent, insurance, and groceries are still climbing, even when inflation looks better on paper. A lot of people feel broke, even when the numbers say otherwise.
What do you think, Gloria?
The cost of living and inflation.
So when I was the job before, 2016, I never noticed it really until around 2014, 15. And one of my former coworkers, shout out, Tiffany, if we everyone will, she was like, yeah, every January, every day goes up. And it just goes up. And I was like, I just never noticed it. So why do people, because I don't know, I don't have an answer. I don't know. I don't know. And let me think on that. So, Harold, you got answers. Let me think. 'Cause I don't have an answer.
Well, I believe, again, I'm always from the stance of finance and education and ways to counterbalance inflation, right? If I believe if you don't know, you're going to suffer, and if you have an inkling, you need to use that as a spurt to learn, how can I save effectively? How can I, what can I do to save effectively, right? How can I invest in different, expanding your portfolio, diversifying your portfolio, and just finding other ways to deal with this inflation. I believe that it's going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to happen. So education, learn finance literacy. Because they don't know how to manage their money. They don't know how they manage the money. They don't know how to save. They don't know how to invest. If you just work, if you work, let's just take the average Joe. They work 40 hours. They get paid. They get their check. There's taxes. There's rent or a mortgage, and then they're left, right? If they're not saving first, 10% of the, I was going to give an example of what I do. If you save 10%, take that money and start investing. Now you're not waiting on your 401k. You're taking initiative. You're taking your life by the horns, right? And you're starting to invest in other ways as opposed to just being a professional spender. You're just getting the money in and it's going right out the window. And that's because there's no financial literacy. And I believe that's the problem. That's the main problem. People just don't know what to do with their money. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you save. You can work at McDonald's. But if you save and invest, you can be there 20 years. You can own the McDonald's. It's the mindset.
One of the questions, Gary and I met through Goldman Sachs. One of the questions for the interview was, what do I want to do to get back to the community? And my answer was, once I feel like I'm financially set, I wanted to take like $300,000 and give it to not the poor schools in the cities or even the rich ones, like the middle ones. And in the 9th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, it's all on there. Do like the financial literacy course for students. There's a million and one different stories as to why someone feels poor. Part of it could be like they don't know how to save money. Part of it could be like everywhere you go, you bombarded with buy something. And one of it could be like, yeah, you talk saving money. For the very longest time, I could not save money. I could not. Whatever came in, went out.
You got to start somewhere, though. I tell my kids that. Don't give me 35 cents. You got to start.
I say a 10. I could not. Whatever was coming in, it had to go back out. And that's because if you making 15, 16, look, I live in Baltimore. All three of us right now live in Baltimore City. That is a poor city with pockets of wealth, right? And I tell people all the time who ask me about it, you can work for the city, make $18 an hour, and you can buy a house and live here. Okay, not company, not like this job again, but you can make $18 an hour, live in Baltimore City, and be okay. But if you make it $18 an hour, right now you getting the mortgage. How can you afford to pay? How can you afford to save for that? That's gonna be 20 years. And then if you're rent, and this is before 2016, I told people that lived in Baltimore City, if your rent is past $1,200, buy a fucking house. Why are you renting $1,200? Now, yeah, if your rent is like $1,800, go ahead and get a mortgage. But if you're making
Right.
a raise 16, anything like around $20, how can you save? The insurance rates in Maryland is so high, incredibly high. Gas is incredibly high. Food is incredibly high. The insurance is incredibly high. So it's none of those that you want to save. I want to save, but I just opened up the water bill. That shit was double. What was that? I take more showers. It's double.
It's about mindset and discipline. There's always enough, but you have to do it. You have to have a budget. A budget tells you where your money's going. If you don't have a budget, your money's just going everywhere. So there's always enough. Trust me, and you have to start with something. I don't care if it's 35 cents or a dime. You got to put it away, and it compounds over time. So the saying that you can't save and that's systemic power.
Yeah.
You can't.
I felt like I could not, yo. I feel like I could not. Now,
And that's the thing. Philly, we gotta.
I know I felt like I could. But what I did was at the time, is like before I saw the money, then I really had to set aside $50. It was like, let's say my pay hit on a Friday. That Friday before I saw the money, $50 of it was gone to shifted out to my savings. So I'm thinking, okay, this is what I have, but I have a little bit more over here, and I could not think about it because if something came up, I'm gonna tap that right so I guess in the savings. So yeah, it's mindset. I felt like I couldn't save And I was like, yo, okay, I gotta, I'm getting older. I gotta go ahead and put away a little something. So so yes,
What it is? People, you got to be tired of being broke. That's what happened to me. I got tired of being broke. And that's when that mindset clicked like, oh, I got to do something different. And that means not just throwing it out the window. I got to keep some of it. And I started from there. And you can feel older. You can feel like you're too young. Like listen, you can start from any place. I'm here to preach hope. You can start from anywhere you are. I don't care if you get the check. I don't care if you work at a fast food restaurant. It doesn't matter. You have to save. And while you're saving, educate yourself how to combat inflation. Well, we got to move on. Let's go to some cold news. Return to the office drama. Big companies keep announcing mandates, but employees keep ignoring them. Is this battle already lost?
it been lost. It lost when the president came into the office, which apparently was like only a year ago. But it was lost when he won and he went to the office. I've been saying, like, soon as he stepped in, that whole work from home shit, he gave cover to everybody to come back. It's
I
like,
think people need to work. I think there has to be a flexibility in this. It depends on the situation, but if you have been working on site for a long time, then it's time for you to return back. I mean, it's just it's for me, it's just that simple. But you have to understand that there might be other things outside circumstances that will just make it difficult for people to not go into the office.
I need this class. I think the only people who I was like, the only people who like this ain't about. They ain't talking about nobody's fucking teachers. They ain't talking about nobody's damn men. They ain't talking about the cops. They ain't talking about no fucking teachers. They ain't talking about none of them bitches. They talking about the schools. They talking about the hospitals. None of them motherfuckers. They talking about the white collar workers. I don't give a damn. When I walk into the bank, I want to see my banker there. When I walk into somebody's office, I want to see the employee there. So
There go the AI again. You're going to be a robot.
Well, we already depositing our own checks from home. We doing it. We're depleting off your day.
all right, so mass. I ain't really talking about my neck. I'm not. There is 90 all of our employees, except Theo, they can come to go in the office. Theo's the only one who like Theo. Even Rachel will like she'll take a whole day off, but most part she'll work 4 days a week, and then Monday she'll work home. Theo's the only one who goes to the office consistently for 40 hours. Everyone else will come and go as they please. There is no work from home policy. There is no job that's coded as remote or hybrid. And it's on my grace. That's how my employees this all the time. This is on my fucking grace. If I had to split up tomorrow, I'd be like, every next look, y'all, when you're not out in the field, you be in the office, you be in the fucking office. Because the United States government says that there is no remote work except if you are like highly specialized in IT or whatever the fuck. One of my contract officers was like, I don't know if y'all, I don't want to pay for someone to be, this is what he said. A contract officer, that me. I don't want to pay for someone to be, but let me say, Helen his balls, eating Cheerios and watching cartoons. Oh my God, I don't want that. He needs to be coming to the office. And I was just like, he ain't doing that. He's like, I don't care. He needs to come to the office. So when the president of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, came in and said, you guys must come to the office, it gave coverage to every commercial large company. They don't want people to work from home because my office in LA is $18,000 goddamn dollars. We pay 50 G's every month in office space. Y'all need to use it. And I'm locked in for 5 years. Y'all need to use it. And the offices that we have, there's small businesses that's surrounding it. So if someone doesn't come into the office, you affecting all these other small businesses. All these restaurants that's closing is because y'all not there to eat lunch. Yeah, it's nice to look. I work from home. Most of them work from home.
There's some ripple effects. And that's
It's not. I mean, it's y'all. As much as it's easier to work from home, you guys cannot dismiss the synergy of working around other people. To have that energy, to have the person you could tap to talk to, it's that right there is y'all can't dismiss it.
It's intangible.
Yeah, you can't dismiss it or dismiss it. Hey, see, I think that if it's a losing battle. I think that the large companies are waffling and they're being weak, telling people to come back to the office. Just like who was it, Amazon? Or somebody said you got like 2 weeks or what the fuck to come back to the office. If not, I'm taking the edge. That's what I would have done. Like, yo, you got a month. Who the hell told you to take what I'm paying you for LA wages to go to fucking Texas? Who told you to do that shit? I didn't tell you to do that. So why is it on me? Why are you mad at me? Because I said, yeah, come in the office. Who the fuck told you to go all the way up to Texas? And then on top of that, you didn't tell me that you were Texas. So now now the company owed Texas money, had no idea. Now I was like, right, that's what you don't think about. You up and left, didn't tell your employer, and then there is no footprint. Wherever we have employees, we have to be registered there, have to pay the taxes there, have to get workers' comp there, have to get insurance there. Like, I'm not doing all that for one employee. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's something, if I look like you, I'm going up Florida. I know. I'm gonna take him 1 month registration because I'm not taking 1 month registration because I ain't doing it for one person. I'm not. So this is deeper than what employees think it is. It's not us that we just watch out of. If I could have people, if I could have like I have the RBEs, they all know from East Coast down to fucking Florida. I had somebody in California. I don't care because it's phone calls thing. But if I had to establish mass at each place, we have 32B. There is no fucking way. This is no way. And then you can see, like, when I first got this, I was like, yo, y'all gonna be W-2, right? And she was like, boy, I gotta be 1099. Thank you. The best saved me. Lord, no, I didn't know. At the time, that was 2020. So I had no idea. If she had said, yeah, I'll be a W-2, I would have been all types of fuck. Because I had 32 people from North Carolina all the way up to fucking, like, Pennsylvania. Florida, I got somebody in Michigan. I don't know where everybody, yeah, but they all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I wanted to say something. Yeah, and Gloria went on a tangent there for a minute. So the work from home, I think we have to remind people it is a perk. It is a perk. It's not a benefit. It's not a right. It's a perk. And so people will take advantage of it. People will not take advantage of it. But it is a perk. And there's a lot of professions out there that this is not even an option. So I think we just have to remind people that, if they want that ideal job that will pay 6 figures and you can work from home, I mean, those jobs are gone. And let's be honest that with the invention of AI coming in, it makes it that much more difficult to have such a perk. And that perk is that what it is? It's not a right, it's not a need, it's not essential. You're going to work, you're doing the job, and you come back home. And I think that's just something that we just have to remind people. All right, that's all I have to say on that.
What that cool on this, I'm gonna put one. If you in a specific mission, your skill set has to be very high to demand that, right? It has to be something that not a lot of people do. And for the con space, it's going to be somebody with whatever the highest level of clearance is, plus some niche skill set that ain't a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, yeah, you never met. All right, his people could demand that because he has a hell of a time finding employees because that's intelligence to you. So yeah, they could demand that because their skill set demands it. If you was just a regular ass fucking program manager or executive or whatever, like what you a dime a dozen. I'm sorry, but you a dime a dozen. So why would I pay you 6 figures plus you can't come to the office and I can get you a skill set. All I gotta do is call somebody, but like, hey, I need whatever. Your skill set, the knowledge, your experience must be up there to demand that type of thing. And yeah, like Fatima said, that shit is a fucking perk. And because all of these 20-year-olds went online, it was like, yeah, I'm a day of my life, and you sitting in front of the computer with your PJs on, hair looking all fucking shit, and you was like, I'm not doing no work. Yeah, I want to blame somebody. Don't blame Trump. Blame those people who was like, this is me working for home. And you saw that not doing anything. Blame them. It was a lot of.
Right.
All right.
Got it. All right, cool. Let's see. One more cold news. Crypto hype cycle.
Let me say this. Hold on, yo. Because I can't see nobody but YouTube, this makes it so much easier. I thought I would see the whole, and yeah, you don't see nothing but each other. That makes all this. Hey,
How?
nothing. Like whatever y'all said, we going after this thing over. We'll come back and look. But I'm telling y'all right now, the one us in front of me, keep it on the right side. Cause y'all know if y'all go left, I'm gonna go left.
Flow is coming after you.
So, yeah, don't keep it professional, keep it nice. Just keep it nice, right? But yeah, this is cool. Y'all see nobody but y'all two. Okay.
Well, we're just having a conversation. That's what is going on, and you have people listening. So,
That's all it is. Crypto hype cycle. Still around, still volatile, but no longer shocking. Has crypto officially moved from revolution to background noise? I want to start with it. I believe crypto lasted this long for a reason, right? It might be background noise to some people like me. Like I believe in it. And then there's might be hype to a person that's, that's just learning about it today or just starting to invest in it. But I remember trying to conceptualize of buying into something that I couldn't see, didn't know if it was a scam or not. I remember that. And where I'm at 4 or 5 years later, I understand the cycles, the 4-year cycles. So you have to understand it, I believe, before investing. As anything, I think you should do your due diligence to learn about whatever you invest in and learn about the cycle, learn about the 4-year cycle, learn about the high volatility of crypto and read the white papers. But I think crypto is here to stay. It's been out over almost, 12, 15 years, or something like that. If something like this was really, 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 really fake, it would have died off by now. Well, a lot of people have gotten rich off of it. I don't believe me. I'm a holder. I don't have that much time to be seeking the new Bitcoin, right? The new small coins for 0.0000001 and try to buy it and wipe it. I don't have that much time, but I do buy it. I hold, and it's been profitable for me, and it's another way to beat the inflation. Even if you ain't got a little bit, you got a little bit of cash for $5 in there, it might jump to 10, right? It might jump to 8. So there you go right there. So, but yeah, I think, people just need education. Need to educate themselves with this stuff. What do you guys think about it?
I don't know nothing about it, so I can't speak on it. I think that people got rich on it by scamming other. I think initially it served a real purpose, but just like everything else, it gets corrupted. Money comes from far. I think the people that make money off of now, the majority of them, yes, it's just like they rub through somebody else. Something that is like, I don't have no money in it. I probably not gonna have no money. It ain't nothing that's of interest. So I'm not sure. Yeah, it's like it could be just I'm just too old. It could be that it's not.
No, it has a lot of older people are afraid of it. They don't want to put their money into it. They don't believe.
It's not like I'm afraid of it. It's more like, just like you said, you had to learn about it. I ain't trying to do all that. Like I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me put my money in a bank account. Let me put my money in the stock, and it's called a thing, because that's like me trying to learn how to drive. Like I'm not gonna do that right now, right? I'm just not. Like I know how to drive a car, but I know that that's a different skill set. Now you just not with it. I told somebody like last year, I can go buy a fucking a BD every goddamn car, and I could. Also, no, I don't have the skill set to try that shit. it, let alone get in and out of it gracefully. So it's like, yeah. So I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn cryptocurrency. That's a skill set. You have to learn that. It's like learning to stop hawk. I just want to put my money in the index fund and not think about it, and then let it grow or let it fall, let it grow, let it fall, and you come back years there.
This is the part of the show where we normally have a main topic, but this is our soft launch. We thought we would talk about ourselves and let people know who we are, what we do, what this show is about, what it means to us, and what we're trying to accomplish here. So, who wants to start?
You might as well go ahead.
I'll go. So, I'm Gary A. Royster. I like to call myself a serial entrepreneur. I own several businesses. I own a property preservation company here in Baltimore. We service the city, the county, and the state of Maryland. We're based in Hampton and Baltimore. And what we do, we specialize in waste management. So we do bulk trash removal. We do clean outs, estate clean outs. We work with a lot of property managers and a lot of REOs, investors, to help them prehab the home for sale or to move in. Also own a vending machine company. I believe you always got to have a boring passive income. Keep bringing some money in. And I am now a real estate investor. I just acquired my MHIC license. So with the property preservation, we're now doing renovations, and I'm also GCing projects for folks and myself. So I can kind of control things that way. Yes, I think No Face, No Trace came about because when I met Gloria, I thought she was very, very profound and outspoken, but she knew what she was talking about. And I told her that, you did, no, don't me when I'm talking. You only cut people off. Yeah, it was just, I was smoking about it. When I first, if you let me finish,
Okay.
then I'll be able to. How about you? And think exactly. This is why
Make
we
a compliment.
You
Can't take it for granted.
I want you to repeat that joke. Like she this and that, but she was she
Yes, and I believe she knows exactly what she's talking about from the GovCon and business space, and we hit it off from the Goldman Sachs cohort. We've been friends, we've been colleagues. We talk about everything, and so now we're here voicing it and just shedding our ideas, feelings, and our business savvy insight on today and of business of old. And what we're kind of trying to accomplish is to help people. We really just want to help people. I'll let Gloria talk more about that, but we're not really selling anything, but we are definitely looking for sponsorship. We're definitely looking for people. We're going to have a lot of our cohort members on here. We're going to have people, a wide range of business owners, professionals, from A to Z. I think it's going to be very entertaining. I think it's going to be very therapeutic, and to let people know, newbies or people that have been in business for 20, 30 years, that we think feel the same way. So thank you. I'm very excited. Soft launch again. We're just trying to work out some things. So we here.
well, thank you. I was not with us. So my name is Gloria and relocate. I got nothing to sell y'all. Our business ever since I came last time ago. I got nothing to sell to anybody. Nothing. And the reason why I'm doing this because it took Gary a whole year of my best because he is actually this big. No. Hey, you may not believe it, but I'm an introvert. I'm okay sitting in my house reading a book all fucking day, and that's how I go. Yeah. But I'm here. It's important to me that this is not, and as it's that we'll bring in other business owners, but these people that's coming on, they're friends. Or they're people that we think is interesting. There is no interviewing anyone, right? Yeah. It'll just not be, I'm talking to this person because they're a friend, they understand business, or there's someone I place, this is really interesting. Like, this person is very interesting. The LinkedIn GovCon space is an ecosystem dumpster of food cake. It truly is. And I want to let people know that it is not just everything what others going to say. It's a different now. There's a meaning of one of us. Everyone has a different story related to give him. It's a repository of information. This thing will me forever. And I want the newer generation in our family, because I don't plan on talking to them about certain things. Like, because by the time they come up and they understand business, I don't want to relive trauma. So I was just sitting back to this podcast, like, yo, look, so your mom and I, we talking about this stuff. Again, we're not selling anything. If you guys come to sponsor us, even if it's $1 for a freaky cent, we'll take it, right? We'll take it. But it's not for us to go into our pockets. We're not selling any books, any courses, any programs, any consultancies. Love it. If you want to support us, please do. Even if this is what a lot, and that's all I got to do on this right now. Somebody got, you want to talk about why we doing this? Well, why are you doing this? Sabi?
So, yeah, my name is Fama Disu. So, hey, y'all, it's nice to meet you. And I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I am very new to this whole GovCon industry. I'm coming from, wait.
You ain't say the most important thing. Who are you?
My name is Fatima Disu.
And who are you? And who are you?
I am the chief operating officer.
Who are you?
Who I am? Who am I?
The most important thing. Who are you?
I am an you assist. No, you are. No, I don't think. Well, that's.
Yeah. What am I? When a kid? Your boss.
Nobody. Just my sister and my boss, and that's a different segment we gotta talk to. How do you work with family, especially with this one right here? This is a challenge for sure. So like I said before I was rudely interrupted, that I've been working for Mass for about 1.5 years, and I am new to this whole GovCon thing. I am new to every aspect of it, but I do have management and leadership skills prior to coming with Gloria. And as everyone said, Gary and Gloria said, we're not here to sell anything. We just want to really speak the truth on things. I know, as me being a new person in the GovCon space, there's a lot of information out there that is not 100% true or accurate. And we just wanted to create a space that is coming from truth, coming from our perspective, and to really teach people out there what to do in this space, especially since there's a lot of folklore, there's a lot of, in my opinion, there's a lot of misinformation out there. And then I just want to get to the truth. I just want to get to the truth, to be quite frank. And that's who I am. I'm actually the chief operating officer with Madison Avenue Support Services. So my job is to make sure that Gloria is getting what she needs and the team is getting what they need to be successful in the contracts that we have. And this GovCon space, again, is highly overwhelming. It's highly technical. There's a lot of jargon out there, and it's just, coming from my background in like food and manufacturing, there's jargons there too, but it's very, very convoluted, and we just want to get to the truth. And that's kind of why I want to wanted to be on this podcast, to kind of just give the information that is coming from a truthful source, and not trying to BS people, because that's not how we are. And hopefully our continued podcast will just continue to grow, and we'll have people here of different, backgrounds, and give you feedback on how they're doing. So I'm excited to launch this with Gloria and Gary.
Yeah. So we want to, the email address to us is nfntmedia1@gmail.com. I'm a pin it in the comments. You guys have any feedback, please give it to us. Any topics you want us to discuss, please email us. You want more information about the sponsorship, we want to come on, we want to argue about something it was said, please do be open to it. Currently, just give the shout outs and we want to end because I said 45 minutes. Right now, we over here 4 seconds. So, yeah, you want to do your shout outs first?
Yeah, I do my shout out. Hey, I want to say what's up to everybody out there in LinkedIn world, everybody that's showing us early support. I would like to shout out my two sisters here for taking this step into this unknown territory. I would like to shout out my team that's out there making it happen every day. I'll go to war with you guys any day. I would like to network, my rock, my wife who holds me down, and God, first and foremost, and God. I must say that because through all things that are done to my God, right? So I like to say thank you. Thanks for listening in. And Fatima?
Yeah, I would like to thank our Madison Avenue support staff in Baltimore and Santa Rosa and San Francisco and down in Culver City, LA area. Thank you for doing the work that you guys do. You guys are just killing it day and day after day. So we just want to give a huge shout out to them. I want to give a shout out to Gary and Gloria for getting me on this ride. Hopefully you don't kick me off the train like we said before. But I'm excited about this podcast and I just thank everyone that is listening and our future sponsors. Just keep on doing what we need to do, and we'll hand it over to Gloria.
All right, so I want to give a shout out to our mass employees, specifically Theo. Hey, I called him last night. He in Georgia right now. It is 7:30. I called her. Oh, damn. I know, but you know what we talking about? So you know how cute it break. I was like, he was like, I'm like, I don't know this thing. You supposed to do this thing. Do this. He was like, what thing? I don't know. Some damn boy like do. Gonna I let him put a wrong thing with somebody else. Oh man, that was my bad. You good? He was like, you. So I want to shout out Theo. I want to shout out Rachel. I want to shout out Blaza. I want to shout out Gary. I want to shout out my sister, Cosmo. And I also want to shout out Goldman Sachs, corporate activity. It's been 3 years, right? And we still of new. I spoke to you right yesterday. So if you are a small business owner, if you're new or somewhere in that journey, I implore you wholeheartedly to please find a support system as a default. It doesn't matter where you at. Someone someone will understand what you want. Someone will. So please find that person. I want to shout out Maggie. I want to shout out everybody. Thank you guys. I don't know who's watching or where y'all watch. Thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your day. It is currently, I don't know, 19 degrees in Baltimore, Maryland. I ain't been outside my house in like 4 days, and I don't plan on leaving to, say, get a little bit warm. So you guys have a great rest of your day. So please give us feedback on this, all right? Thank you. And Richie and
Let's go.
Juan.
La, 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 la.